welcome back to Auntie's After Dark. I'm your host, Aunty Donna, and tonight we are brewing something truly special. We're kicking off a brand new segment. It is our Healing Out Loud series, where we invite incredible voices to join us for a moment of shared vulnerability and strength. So grab your teacup because you know how we do tea time over here. And we are going to do some healing during our tea time. Tonight, I am absolutely delighted to welcome our very, 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 very first guest host to this intimate space. She is a compassionate voice. She's a guiding light and someone who has healing in her hands. I know it personally. Trust me, I know it personally. And she does this all while finding peace amidst life's currents, ups and downs. You know what we say, life be lifing. Oh yeah, she stay positive through it all. So pour yourself a glass of whatever you like warm, settle in, and help me extend the warmest Auntie's After Dark welcome to the truly wonderful Nawartat. I call her Tat 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 that ass. Yes. Hey girl.
Hey, boo, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I know, me too. I am so happy that you are here. It's funny because you and I met each other, October of last year?
Yes.
And it seemed like I have known you my entire life.
Well, that
It's
is
just
definitely a
like,
testament. I love to hear it.
yes, ma'am. So for my Aunties After Dark family, this right here is our karaoke queen. No, Words Hat is like so freaking amazing when it comes to karaoke. Probably know every song on the doggone list there is.
If I don't, I'm gonna make up the words. It don't matter.
So listen. I've been wanting to ask you why do you like karaoke?
I love karaoke because I like to sing, but I don't remember like the words and stuff. Karaoke gives
Hmm.
you the opportunity to be unique. It gives you the opportunity to mess up the words and still have fun. It's very lighthearted and it it's not a stress. You know what I mean? It's a stress reliever. I love karaoke because music is healing. Music is soothing and it just gives an opportunity to be able to share a gift that I do have with the people around me. Like I always say, my voice is for friends and family. So we do karaoke.
Oh, that's right. And you know what? What you described to me is like having something in your toolbox. I talk about toolbox when I talk about a healing journey. And of course, we are doing the Healing Out Loud series and we are kicking it off. So I want to start us off because you mentioned that music is healing. So,
Yes.
what does the phrase healing out loud personally look like and feel like to you?
Healing out loud to me is not being silent about the things
Mhm.
that are going on with myself because I'm a firm knower that everything that we go through, some of the things that we go through are not for us. They're for
Bam.
someone else. You
Hmm.
know what I
You
mean?
said that.
It's like
Mhm.
because when you're healing out loud is you have to tell the story. You have to let people know what happened, what's going on. I mean, you can leave certain things out, but at the end of the day, you give the synopsis. And it's in the same boat of how can I help you if I've never been there? If I haven't been in the situation, then I can't help you through the process. And you probably won't trust me because you don't think I know what you're going through or that I don't, that I can't, kind of the word escapes me, but it's like you don't know what I'm feeling. You don't know what I'm going through
Right.
but when you heal out loud, then the people that can connect to you, they come to you and then they know, they see, well, hell, she made it. I mean, she
Mhm.
looked fine. So
Mhm.
clearly, she did something right. So let me talk to this person. That's what
Right.
healing out loud is to me. It's showing people that even through the storm, you can
Mhm.
come out better on the other side. You just there's
Right.
just processes that you have to take to get there, but everything is for a reason and everything is for your good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. When I say I'm a firm believer of that too, that, our journeys is really based off of how we start speaking, what we believe, and what we accept, you know?
Mhm.
When I think about healing out loud to me is a brave act of taking your private healing journey and then intentionally sharing parts of it with the world. It's
Yes,
like, some people be like, "Oh, you trying to tell all your business." No, it's not about telling your business. It's about turning your scars into stories.
exactly.
It's about those wounds that you sat there and bandaged probably sometimes yourself, you know what I mean? Those
Mhm.
wounds that was wide open and you like, "Oh my god, I can't wait for this to heal." Those wounds, that's where you carry your wisdom. So that's what healing out loud is like speaking it out and letting someone know. And like you said, I'm going through this and I'm not only going through it for me, I'm going through it for other women
Mhm.
and maybe men too, like it could relate to everybody. I'm going through it so that when I'm talking to you or if I meet you, just like you said, you be like, yo, man, I remember this one time when I couldn't pay my rent. Guess what? Know about that, honey. So now I have a similar story. It may not be the exact same experience, but it's a similar one.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I can be like, "Yeah, I know this is what I did." And you could be like, "Yo, I'm going through it again." And I can't seem to figure it out. Now here I am being able to tell you, honey, I can't tell you what to do, but I can definitely tell you what I did when I was in that
Mhm.
situation. That's what healing out loud is to me. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And it's absolutely being able to tell the story without no resentment too. That's another part of healing out
Yeah.
loud because, you wanna be able to tell your story with joy, like, "Yeah, this happened. However, this was a lesson, honey."
Yes.
And it's funny because I listen to sometimes people when they're talking about what they have gone through, but you can hear it laced, like, it's just, like, all intertwined with resentment.
Yep.
That's not gonna help me.
'Cause they really haven't healed from it. They just learned how to deal with it. That's
Mhm,
one of the
mhm.
things, um, you know, I'm a Reiki master, as you know.
Them healing
That
hands, yes, ma'am.
and Reiki is intelligent energy, and it's amazing. It is, an amazing tool
Mhm,
to utilize to help heal the trauma, the emotional things that you have going on in the body. That energy helps to heal it so that you can eventually get to the point where you can tell the story about what you've been through,
mhm.
and you can tell it with love. You can tell it with joy. You can tell it with a
Compassion.
compassion and a voice of survival, which is
Yes.
totally different from telling it with resentment. Because, like you
Mhm,
said, telling a story that something that happened to you with resentment first just lets me know that that's still a trigger for you and you're not
mhm,
healed.
mhm, mhm,
You're
mhm,
just trying to convince yourself that you are because you haven't
mhm.
found the right tools to help you through the process.
Yes, the tools in your toolbox, honey. I am a big, 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 big advocate for that. And I will always like when the work that I do, I'm always constantly asking, my clients, the families that I service, so what's in your toolbox? And sometimes they look at me like, my
Like, what you
toolbox,
talking about?
Yeah, girl, they start, like, automatically thinking that I'm talking about the screwdrivers and the hammers. Yeah,
Because
it's
that's
something like that,
just what
but
comes
it's
up.
more right, it's more that toolbox that you use when you know you gotta fix something within.
Right.
What what are you pulling out? Like, one of my favorite ones, girl, is going outside grounding, and I got plenty of yard for it. Baby, it is something about putting my feet and that grass that just helps me to just like it's almost like Avatar. You remember the movie Avatar when they will be plugging into their
Yes,
source?
love it.
That's
Love
how
that
I feel
movie.
when I put girl, yes, that's how I feel when I put my feet in the ground, like I'm plugging into the source.
Because you are. So, yeah, that works.
I know.
Yeah, because you
I
are.
know.
Okay, I love it.
Girl, yes, ma'am. And it's funny that you started talking about Reiki and that releasing of the trauma. Cause baby, Imma be again transparent. This is healing out loud. When you put your hands on me, you released or supported me to release
Yeah.
years of trauma, and I could feel it. Like, I could feel years of trauma just releasing. Like, every
Mm,
time you were in certain spots, girl, it was releasing trauma that, like, I didn't even know some of it was still there because I'm healing, and I'm
mhm,
repairing. And sometimes you think, "Oh, I'm good." I haven't that haven't bothered me for a very long time, so I'm good with it. And then it comes to that point where you find someone who has the healing hands and your intention is to make sure that you're healing your body. And that's one thing I can say about Reiki is if your intentions are healing and repair, when you go to get Reiki, that's what's going to come. And I believe that intentions is very important when it comes to healing out loud as well. Like you have to set
mhm.
your intention. My intention to be saying this so that I can help other people as I heal too, or am I doing it for the likes?
No,
Because if I was doing it for the
it's too
likes, I
much.
would.
It's too many people that need healing out here. We can't worry about no light.
Right. Girl, heck no, I don't, and I don't. You know what gets me going is literally I have gotten phone calls from people and telling me like, I saw what you said and it really touched me. That's what I'm doing it for. Because now I know that what I'm saying, because before I didn't think that my voice would even want to be heard. So I silenced myself. That's the
Mm,
reason why, my healing out loud is so important to me because I didn't feel like people wanted to hear what I had to say. Because I had too many people saying, "Girl, you crazy."
that's their
Honey, I'm so
trauma.
tired of
That's
that.
their traumas projecting.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's
And
their
what
trauma.
happened? Yeah, and what happened? It started adding on to my trauma. So now I'm like, "Oh, maybe I am crazy. Maybe I don't need to open up my mouth." You know what I mean? And I really started thinking like that. And it's not cool because a lot of times we don't understand as women that we can be the biggest enemy of other women.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, girl.
Yes. It can definitely happen.
Mhm.
I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I think that is one of the things, and I'm going to use the word pride
Mm. Mhm.
lightly. I'm going to use it lightly in this sentence
Mhm.
because I pride myself on being able to accept and with open arms love. I love unconditionally
Mhm.
and I love without judgment for everybody that I come into contact with.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong. Yes, I love you, but that don't mean I got to like you. Cause sometimes, sometimes we go
What
keep it
you say?
100. But even
Right.
if I don't like a person, I don't hate people, but I might not like a person. But I can tell you without a doubt, I love them.
Mm.
And if for any reason, even if I don't like them and they needed a hug, baby, I would
I'll
hug them
hug them.
so fast. I would hug them
Mhm.
so fast. And I give
Mhm.
granny hugs, like, big mama hugs.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
have to like you to heal you because
Mhm.
it's done through love. I have to love
That's
you. I
right.
have to love. That is one of the things why a lot of women are so quick to judge and to be, like you said, be the enemy of other women, because it's like we grew up having to be um not combative, but uh in competition with one another, because well, you gotta look this way, or you gotta act this way, or the boy won't like you. It tends to all kind of always go back to trying to get the guy. I'm not trying to be a pick me, but I know I look better than her. Why you like her? And it's kind of like that because y'all like the same person. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that's a trauma thing, though.
Mhm.
All of that is this all trauma, and it goes all the way back years and years and years. Slavery. It goes all the way
Before the
back.
womb, before you even
And
got to the
into the
womb and
womb, because we got mitochondrial DNA. So whatever
everything.
your mother was dealing with and she was pregnant with you, you're
Yes,
going to
and
have those issues if she does not heal them either before she gets pregnant with you or while she's pregnant with you. If she does not heal those things, they're just going to come up in your life in some kind of way. And if she's had
yep,
issues with other women, you're going to have issues with women
with
if you
other
don't
women.
figure out what the root cause is. So the your healing out loud segment is amazing and it's needed and I'm hyped. I'm excited. I'm ready.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, it took me a while to even start, like so I call them downloads. When I get messages from the Most High, I call them downloads. And, like, literally the downloads was coming, like, I want you to drop this video. And I'm rebellious. And I'm going to say I am rebellious because I am, because even with what I'm doing with this Healing Out Loud era and the series for this podcast, this is rebellion. This is rebellion in a good way, but it's a rebellion because I'm rebelling against my old ways.
Yeah, I can see it.
So I can continue to say that I'm rebellious. So back to what I was saying. When I started getting these downloads to get online and start talking, I'm like, me? Like telling my story? What? And for years people was like, yo, you need to tell your story. You done been through a lot. You done did a lot. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm Aunty Donna that.
Mhm.
Let me just be Auntie Donna. So when I'm like saying this stuff, know that I am really, really, really being authentically me. And I'm doing it with, excuse me, fear. I'm doing it with fear
You got
and
to. You got to.
uncomfortable and all of that. Like I'm doing all that. Like even like I was stating with the years of trauma that you release, like part of that. Honey, I don't know if you realize it, but you being a vessel, you literally said to me while we were in there, you have to be real and authentic. You can't be healing out loud if you're not truly doing it yourself. And when you said that to me, it just hit something in the core. Like you were already pulling out all this trauma. Then you hit me with that. And it made me reevaluate to where I'm like, man, because I was really thinking when Cassie had said that she wanted to take a break, I was getting ready to go into my old way of thinking and ditching what I started because I am
Mm.
good for that. I'm good for something to go wrong. And then when one thing go wrong and I get discouraged, I ditch it. And it's like, that's why I have so many open fires. Like I have a whole lot of open fires. But the Most High was like, no, ma'am, you are not doing this time.
Mhm.
No, 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 no. You always wanna try to bring somebody with you. This is my healing out loud right now. You always wanna try to bring somebody with you, and then you get mad if they are shown, a different way or whatever. Not to say that this wasn't supposed to be me and Cassie's because it's still me and Cassie's podcast because that's what we talked about. I wasn't supposed to take a break. She was supposed to take a break, but I wasn't supposed to take a break, but I was ready to get discouraged and try to ditch the whole thing, and it's like women like you who stepped up and was like, "Hey, yo, I love this. What's up with the platform? I'm ready to do this." Then
Mhm.
as I was talking to other people, like, I have guests that's lined up, and at first I was like, "Yo, I didn't think it was gonna really happen." Like, I really didn't. And I'm so happy that it is because now women whose story probably would never get heard is going to be heard. And it's going to be heard by the right people,
Yeah.
you know, by the
Who
right
is for
people.
you is for you. If
You,
you walk
yes,
the path that you're
mhm,
supposed to walk and you be obedient while you're in this on this journey and
mhm,
in, everything that you need,
Mhm.
including the people, including
Come.
the places,
You attract
including
them.
the things, are going to gravitate to you because you are walking in your purpose. So
Yes.
that's why, ma'am, no, you can't take a break. We needed you. It's like I'm hearing, look, you had to start this podcast and we
Mhm.
know you. And we
Mhm.
know you want to bring somebody with you. So we're going to give you somebody to start it with.
Mhm.
And then we're going to make you be obedient because we're going to make that person sit down for a few minutes to see what you do. We knew you
Mhm.
going to try it. But no,
Mhm.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Keep it moving. And we're going to send the people to you. We're going to
Mhm.
send them to you. Just keep doing
Mhm.
what you're supposed to do. So everything happens the way it's supposed to.
Supposed to.
You weren't
Oh
trying to
my
do that
god.
without somebody. They gave you
You
somebody. They didn't say
Yes.
how long you was gonna keep her.
Right. That part. That part. And it's funny you said that everything works out. It's a song I literally sing it in my head. It's like one of my little anthems. And it says, everything works out the way it's supposed to. And so whenever I start like coming across challenges, I start singing that song in my head. I'm gonna have to tag the person who it is too. Because it's
Okay.
is one of those artists that, like, you know how you listen on Spotify, you put in one artist and then other
Mhm.
artists start coming up similar to it, so it was like
Yeah.
that. I wanna say I think their name is, like, Chris and Teeb or something like that, but yeah, I like that. So I wanted to add this correction in. The song is called Everything Works Out, and it is by Christian Ahmed featuring Londrell.
Everything works out the way it's supposed to, the way it's supposed to, the way it's supposed to.
So
Okay.
listen, I got a question,
What's
or
up?
more like I'm a visual person. I'm a writer, I'm visual. So I want you to paint a picture. I want you to paint a picture for us, me, and all the people that's going to be listening of what life was like before your healing journey.
Okay.
Let's get down to tea time. This is where the tea time
Okay.
starts. What
Okay.
was your
First,
painted for
first of
us?
all, first of all, I want y'all to know that my stick people be crooked. So I don't know how good this picture gonna be.
Not your stick people be crooked.
My stick people be crooked, child. They be looking. They be like, I don't know what she doing, dude. I don't know what she doing. But I be doing my best. All right.
You be doing your thing.
So what did life look like before my healing journey? That's the
Yes, before
question.
you began that healing journey, what did your life look like?
The shit was chaotic, but
Do tell.
it was chaotic, excuse me, in the way that I didn't it's kind of like wandering, you know, just wandering without direction, without a posted purpose. I've known since I was 7 years old what my actual purpose is.
Okay.
And my purpose is to love. It is to be an unconditional loving person and to share that love with everybody that I come into contact with. One of my best friend calls me a Care Bear. Like literally, she'll send me a text and go, "What are you doing, Care Bear?"
Mm.
Because
Your little belly glowing out there.
uh-huh, uh-huh. She calls me Sunshine Bear.
I can see that.
I've been that all my life. So I knew what my purpose was. I didn't know how, but my lessons, let me say that. My lessons and the things that I was supposed to learn along the way was how to have boundaries and standards.
Mm.
Cause they
So
don't,
before that healing journey, you ain't had no boundaries and standards, I take
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, didn't have none. I had no standards. You say what you want to say to me and I might cry and let it go. Do follower of the crowd because I was an only child for a while, for like 12 years, but I was also very sheltered. So I didn't get to do stuff because, that trauma from, my mom, something she went through. She didn't want me to be a teenage parent. She was a teenage mother. So no, you can't go outside.
And so you got it hard. You got the mom that was hard on you, like, "Nah, you ain't gonna nah, you gonna be
Yeah,
better than me. Listen,
yeah,
I ain't make it past this age. You gonna make it past this
yeah.
age."
I did not have my first child till I was 29.
And probably still scared to tell your mama you was pregnant, huh?
No, no, I told her,
No?
because I was grown.
Okay.
I was grown. I was not a teenager, so everything was good. But it
Okay.
was, and then I turned around and had the next one at 30. Like I was pregnant for like 2 years. Like who does that? But that was what my life was like prior to finding my healing journey. I didn't have a sufficient um self-esteem level.
Mm,
I
that self-esteem
didn't
is big.
Yeah, I didn't think that I knew I wasn't ugly. Let's start there. I knew it wasn't ugly. And I
Mhm.
knew that my personality definitely put me over, and that made me a nice looking person. Because when your personality ugly, you just ugly. I don't care if you're beautiful. You
Yeah, I don't
ugly
care how
because your
cute you are.
personality nasty.
Yep. Yes,
So
ma'am.
my personality was amazing. And
Mhm.
again, I wasn't ugly. But I didn't think that I was cute. I didn't think that. That just didn't register. So, without the standards and without the boundaries,
Boundaries.
we oh, you cute. That's what he say. And now where I'm at in his room. You see where I'm going with that? Just
Huh?
because there's no boundaries and there's no standards. You lack those things and you got low self-esteem because
Mhm.
you're not really following any type of protocol for yourself. And I didn't know where to start.
Mhm.
So, you know what I mean? So when I say that my life was chaotic, it wasn't extreme chaotic, but in my eyes, in my terms,
Mhm.
compared to where I am now,
Yeah.
my
So it
shit was
was you
chaotic.
like, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was chaotic. No, yeah, I feel you on that, like, I have similar when, well, for me, I had standards. I lacked boundaries. I allowed people to do more than what people thought I would allow because like I was known as more of the tough one, like, oh, Donna don't take no shit from nobody type thing. And
Mhm.
yeah, I wasn't taking shit from nobody. However, in the department of like men or well, first boys,
Mhm.
like, when I started even it was really like I didn't have boundaries. I will allow them to try to do whatever because it's like, "Oh, I just wanted the boys to like me,"
Mhm.
because I got teased when I was younger. I was teased for being skinny,
Mhm.
like, skinny girls wasn't getting the boys, the boys wanted girls that had more meat on them and everything, so I'm olive oil out here, hula hooping with a Cheerio, all those little dumb things, and so with that, it did lower my self-esteem. 'Cause I did not think that I was as cute as my family was saying, "Oh, you're
Mhm.
beautiful. Well, I can't tell," and then another thing that really lowered my self-esteem is I didn't mature at the same rate that other women or other girls did. I was running around here flat-chested in the 6th grade, girl. Who does that? Then I'm flat-chested and I'm going in the 7th grade. I'm like, "No, I don't like this." So it really dropped my self-esteem. So then when boys did kinda give me the eye and gave me some type of interest, I didn't have any boundaries because it's like, "Oh my god, they like me,
Mhm.
and I'm not normal like the other girls, so
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna whatever he wants to do,"
Yep,
and
I've
wind
been there.
up and girl, you know what it wound me up? In a abusive relationship at a young age.
Mm.
Yeah,
See? Yeah.
yes. Yeah. So it's like, those boundaries is something that literally now I have those boundaries. I know the word no too very well.
No
Very,
is a
very.
complete sentence. Okay.
And then some.
Yeah.
Boom.
Hello.
Yeah. wanna talk about it, we could talk about it because I could probably write a whole book about now. We ain't even gonna go there, girl, and it's like, I would always we had our very first episode was talking about taking the mask off, right?
Mhm.
And, you know, people talk about that all the time, like, taking your mask off. "Well, you got a mask." What was a mask that you feel like you were with the world before you started healing?
A fake it till you make it mask.
Oh my god, I don't like that mask. That mask get on my nerves.
Yeah,
Ooh, that
it
mask
was
get on my nerves.
yeah, it was the fake it till you make it mask.
Mhm,
And mine was the self-esteem right across the forehead. It was the fake it till you make it.
mhm.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you about that story.
Come on.
So
Let's go ahead with the tea time, girl, yes.
yes.
Come on, what's that?
Okay. Okay, first of all, y'all have to excuse me. I broke my ankle. I'm 46 and I broke my ankle. Ain't that something? Who waits till they almost 50 to break something?
You that tat that up.
Raise my hand. Me, I did. All right. So I'm on the bed and I'm trying to get myself situated. But listen, the fake it till you make it mask for me. Have you ever looked yourself in the eyes in the mirror? Like how old were you when you the very first time you ever did it?
Very first time that I looked at myself in a mirror, like, straight in my eyes was probably, like, real talk, in my 20s,
Okay.
probably about mid-20s, and it was after I first caught myself getting saved in church.
Okay. Okay. So in your 20s.
Mhm, mhm.
My fake it till you make it mask did not come off until I was 32. 30 was 2011,
Mhm,
February 2011.
mhm.
Now, I've had issues with alopecia since I was 17.
Okay.
And I had locks on for a little while from 23 to 26. I was maintaining and one came off in my hand. I cried for 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Because if it, you have locks, anybody that has locks overstands
Mhm,
the journey and the patience that you grow with that and what I'm saying, the
mhm.
what that entails. So for
Uh,
your lock to come off in your hand, like baby, this is
you
not
like
what we're doing.
right, hold on. What
Right.
are you doing here?
Exactly. I cried for 2 hours. So on my 26th birthday, I cut them off. Sat on the couch and just cut my locks off. Because what's the point in me trying to hold on to something that obviously doesn't want to stay? I still was connected to the thought that my hair meant I was a woman, that I was feminine, that all of those things. That was the mindset that I had then. So now I'm sitting here and cutting my hair off. I don't feel like the woman that I'm supposed to be. So from 26 to 32, I wore wigs.
In yourself.
Yeah, they're hot. They're heavy. They fucking itch. You know, all of that. So at
Yeah.
32, I had a sew in. Had a sew in. Let me tell you something. That thing
Say
that hair was huge because it needed to come out and it was looking for moisture in the air, child. The stuff looked like a fro. I was like, I did, yeah. It
yeah.
story
Like,
for a
no,
whole nother day
listen.
on that. It was crazy.
It's the sewing story.
Yes. So I'm 32 February 2011. I'm in the bathroom and I'm cutting this sew-in out of my head. Ain't nobody home with me. Everybody's gone. Okay. I'm standing in the bathroom and I'm taking the weave out and I'm throwing it away. And so now I'm just stuck with the braid or whatever. Cause visual,
Get the little braid and pattern for him.
since we
Mhm,
like painting pictures, won't give you a
mhm.
visual. So my
Okay.
alopecia, nothing grows in the middle of my head. So you remember Fred Sanford,
Mhm.
George Jefferson?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I got the hair around the sides.
So you had the George Jefferson, okay.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Crazy. So I'm in the bathroom and
Mhm.
I'm angry because at that time I was back and forth with my spiritual self and all. Like I was on the fence of Christianity and not on the fence. You know what I'm saying? Like I back and forth with that. But I was a little more into the church then.